Okay, YouTube, we're here with a new route. We've been doing the AI Day route recently, but this is another route that Tesla showed in FSD videos even before AI Day. This was the route that goes from the Tesla headquarters, which is just up here on the left. This is the old Tesla headquarters in Palo Alto. It started there. It went on some of these roads around the headquarters and went over and got on the 280 freeway that's here in California and went up the freeway, did a loop over the freeway, and then came back down and basically went north and then came back down south. So this is the first video, I would say, of FSD that got me really excited about full self-driving. Just really impressive in that video, and this was a long time ago. So we'll see how the car does. This is a Model Y 2023, and we're on 2023.12.10, which is FSD 11.3.6. And Tesla headquarters, the video started in the headquarters parking lot, but I'm not going to bother security or anything. So we're right across the street, and we will go ahead and get started. So I'm just going to pull away from the curbs because I think I'm too close to the curb for FSD to be able to engage. And come on here. There we go. We got the option, and we'll see how we do. So this route is a lot simpler than the other AI Day route that I do on a regular basis, because it's more of these one-lane roads, and there's not as complicated with pedestrians and in a downtown area and some of the other scenarios that are in the other video. But this does include the freeway, and since getting the beta, I should say, back in this car about a week ago, we had a Model X that we purchased full self-driving on, but we sold that Model X at the beginning of 2023 here, and so we've had FSD for a couple years now, this route I really like to see the freeway driving, because I'm new to that with FSD, and I've just been really impressed with it so far. Definitely compared to the outdated autopilot at this point, and just much more smooth on the freeway, much more smooth in getting on and off. Speed changes, especially when I had FSD previously, I'd get onto the freeway way too slow and would have the incorrect speed limit, all that kind of stuff. So interested to see how it does on this loop. This is pretty close to where Tesla recently purchased the old HP headquarters. The old HP headquarters is just down here to the right. And so quite a few Tesla buildings around this area. Even though the headquarters, officially moved, I would say, from Palo Alto, or I guess this is the California headquarters. Still tons of employees there. I was there yesterday just driving around, and I had visited Tesla and was working with Tesla a little bit in my previous career, a ways back, and the number of cars there is so crazy. There's so many cars in the parking lot for Tesla employees, obviously still growing, and still a lot of activity at that location. So a good, merge in front of the Mini Cooper that was in this other lane here. So great getting up to speed, getting over for us to be able to get on the freeway up here. We'll see how it does on this interchange. There's a little bit of braking that I saw when I tried this out before doing some videos. But we'll see how it does here. So good, nice, smooth deceleration. I would say that's pretty close to how I would have done it as a human driver. Speed limit's set to 50. It just switched to 40 max, probably because of the curvature of the road there. Just checking my blind spot, make sure there's no other cars getting on the freeway from that other on-ramp. And now this is what I'm saying, now it's at 65 max, so it is getting up to speed, and so much better than previous autopilot. Just really smoothly getting on the road, merging in exactly right. We don't have a ton of traffic today because it's a Saturday, but this road, the cars will go very, very fast as well. Typically cars are going 70, 75, 80 plus on this road. I'm just going to leave, for my videos, the offset set to the speed limit. And then if we need to adjust the speed to just be courteous or because there's some kind of situation, we'll do that. But you know, for now we're in the right-hand lane, going the speed limit. There's some cars getting up to speed around us, but that's fine, they can pass us. We're not in the way of anybody, that's for sure. Got Stanford University over here to the right. Really pretty, especially in the winter. All of these hills are green and stuff, so this is a really kind of scenic freeway drive around here. But yeah, if you go back and look at that FSD video that was released by Tesla before AI Day, I'd have to look, I'll look it up and put it in the description exactly when that video was released. But this is the exact route that that video is shot on. It starts at the headquarters, and I've mapped out the routes for both the AI Day and for this headquarters drive to, you know, make sure we're replicating those videos. I think those are the only two, you know, I would say official FSD videos that you can find that shows footage that Tesla released of the car driving itself. So kind of cool that we live really close to both of those and we can kind of replicate these routes and just see how a real vehicle in the wild with the beta, you know, handles these two routes. This route is, I think, is, you know, a lot less challenging, a little bit more boring, you know, compared to the other route. But definitely has this freeway component. If there was more traffic, I might try increasing the speed or getting, you know, getting over a lane, but not really, you know, much to interact with today. So we're going to go ahead and put in the second navigation here back to the headquarters. And again, this pretty much just you know, goes up a couple of exits on the freeway, gets off this route, you know, does this like loop that takes you up and above the freeway and then back on to go back south and head back to the Tesla Palo Alto headquarters there. I would say this drive is perfect right now. Really can't tell much of a difference from your average, you know, human driver. Okay, so now I said that, and then now we're doing something weird. We got to get over, and we just decided to go ahead of that truck, and now we're going to cut in, and so that was kind of, you know, not very cool for that truck. Not dangerous, and he was kind of just chilling, so I just let it do it. But, you know, I wanted to see if it was going to have enough time. It did. It went around him. It got over to the right. But I would say that was the first thing that it's done that as a human driver, I would have gotten in behind that white truck instead of trying to get in front of him. Especially with the three vehicles all getting on the freeway at the same time, you know, just hang back and get over. But it, you know, it did it successfully. So no intervention. No safety issue. I would just say that's more of like a kindness kind of issue. Car edged a little bit over to the left there. I don't know if you saw it in the video. It wasn't extreme. It just kind of got a little bit over to the left-hand side of that lane. The car behind us slowed down just a tad. I think they were questioning whether we decided we were going the wrong direction and needed to get back over. But, you know, well, again, nothing extreme there. And again, I really like this. Like, getting up to speed so much faster than, you know, in previous versions. This is just so much better with the freeway and city streets integration with FSD in 11.3. I have a couple of old videos up there from when we owned the Model X. I wasn't really doing a lot. I was just kind of playing around with YouTube and taking videos, but I'll be doing these videos regularly now, so definitely would appreciate the comments, what you'd like to see in these videos. Again, primarily going to be doing these test routes because I really just like that they mimic what Tesla has officially released, and we can kind of do a comparison to what they've shot in the past. Doing a nice, you know, change of lanes here. I'm going to bump up the speed just to see how it handles navigating, you know, other traffic here. We've got a couple of slower vehicles. We'll see what happens with them. But yeah, just mixing it up a little bit so we're not just coasting there in the right lane. But yeah, definitely, you know, if you like the videos, would appreciate the feedback, thumbs up, and any comments you have, and then I create a playlist of all the AI Day videos, and I'll create a playlist for these HQ videos. This is the first time we've done this test loop with on the YouTube channel, so we will do this whenever we get the chance. Getting over another lane. Kind of interesting that it decided to get so far over. I mean, we've got about 1.7 miles. I would say if I was driving, I probably would have just hung out in the second from the right lane, but nothing wrong with it either. For now, I'm just using the one video feed showing you the the visualization for FSD and the roadway, and trying to capture as much as we can. But if we get a lot of people watching the videos, we might add other stuff. I'm definitely planning to add a close-up view of the visualization so you can see that in a little bit more detail. We did a drive with my wife this morning on the AI Day loop, so go check that out just to get her impressions. And she shot some handheld video from her phone as we were driving. So whenever I have a passenger or somebody is doing that kind of stuff, I'll include that video as well. But yeah, your support will help me, enable me to do more fancier things in the video editing. I'm also just, I like FSD. I'm kind of just doing this as a hobby, also to learn how to do video editing and, posting on YouTube, and, understanding what all of you like. I've watched a lot of, FSD videos myself over time. And so, yeah, just thought I'd use it as an experiment for some of my other business, ventures, and just to learn some new skills, and just having a lot of fun with it. So far so good. Pretty straightforward. Got over the 2 lanes there. Yeah, really, the only thing was getting off, the freeway back there where we got in front of that white truck, but nothing dangerous. I wouldn't even say, I didn't have to intervene in any way. I haven't intervened for anything this drive. Just would have liked to seen it be a little bit more kind to that driver, but other than that, this is going beautifully. Coming to the full stop here. This cross street, cars go pretty quickly. It is a 4-way stop, so we'll just sit here and wait for that car to go because it's showing it, and we are going now. I almost started to step on the accelerator because this Subaru on the left there was kind of giving us an eye. But I just let it play out. I think, I think technically had the right of way there for all the cars, but we kind of arrived at the same time as the car on the right. It was showing that car is blue, so it was waiting on it. Now, this is one thing that I don't like, its default behavior. We're going 35 miles an hour on this road, and there's cars that are going to be going much, much faster. This car is probably just going to jump over to the right to go around us, but they're right up on top of us now. I'm letting it go. The speed limit just switched to 50. I think technically the speed limit there is 35, but definitely most cars are going to get up to speed before that. And now we'll see how it handles this, because this car is now, yeah, so there's a car behind us that, started, just an aggressive driver, I would say. She stayed in the lane behind us while we were going 35. And then when the white line on the right-hand side of the lane kind of went away, she sped up and acted like she was gonna kind of go around us, and then she didn't, and then she got up right next to us as we were trying to merge, and I got a really dirty look from her. So, I'm gonna let it go in that situation. I don't think, it's, to me, just an aggressive driver. I'm not going to let that happen repeatedly. If somebody, I don't want to cause anybody to be frustrated, or don't want to be purposely unkind to somebody, but I think in that situation, I think technically we should have been going 35 until we got up to that next speed marker sign that said 50. So I'll let it go whenever possible. Okay, so here I've seen it do on this turn a little bit there. It got a little bit late into the right-hand turn lane, and so I'd like to see in 11.4 if that lane selection improves. That's a good test there. And we got a yield sign, and we could have gone a little bit. I think a human driver would have just rolled right through that yield sign. We kind of slowed down. We didn't come to a stop, but we slowed down quite a bit. But, you know, overall, those are more kind of nitpicky things. I'm going to change the route here to go back. Oops, I put in the wrong one. I put in the one for AI Day. So we'll go down here to HQ3 and go back to our starting point of the Tesla headquarters in Palo Alto. Again, really, really quiet day. It's a Saturday. Not very many cars. I mean, we're the only car out on this road, so we'd expect it to drive really, really well. But yeah, no interventions of any kind. Just those couple of, I would say, kindness or interactions with other drivers that could be tweaked or improved. But, you know, some of that too is just interacting with other human drivers. And I think, you know, if it was all FSD cars driving around here, it wouldn't really matter as much. They would have the emotions or the aggression that other humans obviously have in their cars. Full stop, creeping for visibility out to the line. We're looking to the left really there, and we're good to go. Lots of VMware buildings around here, around the Tesla headquarters as well. Really pretty campuses, you know, overall, just in the hills. SAP here on the right. So pretty much, you know, here in the heart of Silicon Valley, we're right by Sand Hill Road. So lots of famous companies around here. And then the road that we went up to and turned around on was, is where all, sorry, this is Page Mill Road. I said Sand Hill. Sand Hill was the road we went up and turned around on, where all the venture capital is, and lots of famous place for, you know, for startups. And around here, you know, more established Silicon Valley company campuses and stuff like that. But overall, pretty, a very pretty drive. A little bit of rough ride there, just some bumps and some places they've been doing, it looks like road construction. Put a plate down. Full stop. And headed back to the Tesla headquarters. So I'd say that's, you know, I would rate that as a perfect drive. You know, no safety interventions, no, you know, convenience interventions, never touched the accelerator. The car, if it was a RoboTaxi, pretty much drove, you know, itself. I'd even say some of those kindness things were things that as an Uber passenger, you often experience, where depending on if the Uber driver is aggressive or other cars around the Uber are aggressive, I often have that at least once or twice on an Uber drive. But, you know, we're typically not paying attention necessarily to what's going on in the drive. But I'm going to take over here and just pull back over to the right so we don't go into the headquarters parking lot. And that completes the first loop here. I think I'll give it one more try and call it a day. But yeah, definitely give me your feedback in the comments. Tell me what you like or don't like about the videos, what you'd like to see more of. And love the thumbs up, and you know, check out the other playlists that I have for the AI Day drives and the headquarter loop. And we'll do this run again. See you in a minute.